How's everybody feeling this morning? Well, good?
Cool, hip, and totally awesome.
Cool, hip, and totally awesome.
Way cool.
Way cool, hip, and total. Let's affirm that. I feel way cool, hip, and totally awesome. Wow. I like that, Bob. So we are going to get ready for our time of prayer and meditation here in just a moment, but I want to check in with you, much as I did last week right before our meditation time. I know I was feeling heaviness around the separation of families in detention centers, and I could feel the heaviness from many of us in the room. And some events have transpired this past week that are attempting to move us in a more acceptable direction. You heard me say last week that, immigration is a very complex issue, and I don't know how to resolve it. I don't think any of us, unless we are politically very intelligent, know how to solve it. But that doesn't change the fact that the how should never interfere with what is spiritually and morally right. And we know that what we stand for in New Thought and unity is unity. It is oneness and connection, and it certainly doesn't include supporting actions that separate families. And so I wanted to ask two questions just to check in with you. Were any of you at the march downtown yesterday? I know it wasn't as well publicized. Nobody here at the march? Well, Charles, you were at the one that I was at, which wasn't the march, but I was invited by my friend and ministerial colleague, Reverend Kevin Ross. Kevin, would you raise your hand to everyone? Kevin is the Unity Minister in Sacramento, California, and he had sent me information about a clergy march that was to be happening on yesterday, and invited me to participate in this clergy march. And so on Friday, I and people from all over the state of California and clergy fully and completely represented from all of the faith traditions joined together to stand up for what we feel is important and right, that being keeping our families together. And so we received training on Friday evening around what it means to disobey civilly, what passive resistance really means. And it was quite a learning experience for me to really stand in and for and on the line in terms of what I believe spiritually and morally, in terms of what is right, and caring for our children, all of our children, all children, is smack in the center of what we teach and practice in unity. And part of what I walked away with, it's about ready to come off. Does anybody know what that is?
Phone number.
It is a phone number. It is a phone number for the bail center, because there was a group of clergy that were willing to risk arrest, and we were trained in terms of what that would be. And believe me, I've never been on the receiving end of conversations about what to expect if you are arrested, but it included things such as making sure you don't even have your wedding rings on, that you don't have anything of value because you might not get that back, and that your first call is not to your family. Your first call is to this bail number, the organization that helped to put this on to unite clergy, rabbis and imams and Episcopalian priests and Catholic priests and bishops and unity ministers. And am I leaving anybody out? All of us were there. All of us were there in solidarity, saying the faith community, the clergy, do not stand for separating families. Thank you. And so realizing and trying my best to do what I believe is right. What I do want to say is that we all have to follow our own conscience. And it may not look exactly the same for each of us. But what I think is imperative for us today is that we are spiritually awake and spiritually courageous, and that we are willing to do whatever we feel is the right thing to do. And for some of you, maybe that action, you may choose to leave the church because you disagree with what I did or that I'm even talking about it. What I want you to know, though, is I'm not trying to say you need to do what I did. But what I am trying to say is that if we believe certain things spiritually, then it's not just enough to believe them privately. That we need to find a way to be in that belief, in action, in the world, in a way that is congruent with who and what we are. I don't stand here trying to tell you what that is for you, but I do stand here as your minister to say, please ask yourself the question for yourself, and whatever that answer is, follow it spiritually from what's highest and best in you. Does that make sense what I'm saying to you? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I so pray that there are no more Sundays that I need to walk this fine line, that we really transform our lives and heal our world so we don't have to keep being about this kind of conversation. So, I don't know about you, but I need to meditate with you. So we are going to move into that time and into that space. Do take a moment to make sure that your cell phones are on a silent mode. And as always, we're going to open ourselves to a greater understanding and experience of Spirit and God. And we do this by practicing mindfulness, being mindful of our breath in, mindful of our breath out, and open and receptive to Spirit. So go ahead and find a comfortable position in your chair, and if you need to move around a little bit, go ahead and do that. And close your eyes when you feel ready. And just notice for a moment. Maybe be willing to notice what you're feeling without any judgment, simply noticing. You may feel confused or uncomfortable. You might feel inspired and courageous. You might feel angry at the world, at me. Whatever, whatever, just notice without judgment. And then take a nice deep breath in. And as you let that breath out, really try to let out and let go anything that would stand in your way of experiencing God today. And another really deep and conscious breath in. Really feel that breath filling your lungs. And then release that breath as you continue to empty out, creating that clarity and openness for Spirit. And another nice deep breath in. And let that breath go. And so we breathe in peace. We breathe out and let go. We breathe in peace. We breathe out. We practice being right here. We breathe in peace. We breathe out. And we feel ourselves opening up to the activity, the awareness, the presence of Spirit. We continue to be with each breath in and each breath out as the beautiful sounds of the chant just wash over us.
turvare heliam bargo devasya devai Dio hoyana prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat Om Bhuvasva Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Dio Hoyona Prachodayat
Let us continue to follow each mindful breath to an ever deeper and deepening experience of stillness and quiet. Breathing in peace, breathing out love. Breathing in peace, breathing out kindness. Breathing in peace, breathing out harmony. As you feel ready, allow your attention to move to the area of the heart, the center of your chest. Imagining each mindful breath moving in and through the heart. Continuing in the practice to breathe in peace and to breathe out love. To breathe in peace, to breathe out kindness, to breathe in peace, to breathe out compassion. Steady and aware, present and open. And so for the next few minutes in complete stillness and in utter silence, continue to be with the breath, with your attention focused in the area of the heart, choosing to be and willing to be a peaceful, loving, kind, and compassionate channel in the silence, in the silence. And as you hear the music begin to fill the room again, prepare to bring your time of meditation to a close. Maybe taking a few more deep breaths in and out. Just feeling a deep sense of peace and a true sense of spiritual alertness, spiritual readiness for whatever Spirit would share with you today, whatever would be supportive and helpful in your spiritual journey. Maybe take a moment just to be thankful for the opportunity and to be here in stillness and to practice together and to be with family, with spiritual family. So one more deep breath in, and as you let that breath go, just open your eyes and silently or quietly say Amen, and so it is. And maybe turn to your neighbor and say Namaste, Namaste. The divine in me recognizes and sees the divine in you. Namaste.
Many people enjoy Reverend Wendy's talks and meditations and aren't able to attend the Unity Center in person. If you're part of our extended family from around the world and would like to help support the Unity Center, please go to our website or download our free app, which offers even more ways to connect with the Unity Center. Namaste.